Welcome. So I finally had my first appointment with the physical therapist, and it sounded like she was gonna do the McKinsey plan or the McKinsey thing. Anyways, based on my prior experience that I gave to her, she wanted me to basically do this right here. If you can see that, you see how the guy in this position to this position is he's basically just leaning back. Well, anyways, I was supposed to do this a set of 10 repetitions to 20 every hour, and when I'm awake. And yesterday was the first day that I did it, and I can definitely say that this aggravated um, this point that has been the point for a while. It's like kind of like right here. Um, Even the more I did it throughout the day, it kind of made it feel sharp. And I kind of feel like my experience so far with this physical therapist is kind of a little bit frustrating because I feel like, I don't see how me doing what she wants me to do is going to help. I basically told her that when I do anything that puts any kind of strength in this area, it it aggravates that area. And I think I feel kind of frustrated that I spent so much time telling her about my history and the back pain, because I feel like these are, um, I don't know, she's focusing too much on stuff that I'm not experiencing, I feel like. And for the last 6 months, the pain really hasn't been too much in the back or below, though it has crept up a little bit. Um, but all I can say is that anytime I exercise or try to do any kind of strengthening of this little point in my sacrum, it it gets irritated. Um, and this is an evolution. I mean, this has really only happened ever since I've had my leg length. Now, this dude that I've been reading, and let's see if I can grab it. His name is this guy, Serrano. Um, one of his points is that uh, when one part of when the healing, like his, when one part of the back heals, another part all of a sudden hurts, which I've experienced. When this pain goes away here, all of a sudden my shoulder starts tightening up, or when the back pain went away, all of a sudden it went down below the back, and when that loosened up, then it went up here, and I've felt all kinds of stuff around my back, but really it's been those 1, 2, and a newly evolving area 3. But last couple weeks it's been pretty good. As I've exercised this low back, or this area right around my sacroiliac joint, it has the pain has stayed in the SI joint. So this is like a really tricky thing to diagnose. But this guy, Johnny Serrano, his point is that the pain is more related to suppressed, dangerous emotions that you're just not letting yourself feel. So instead of allowing yourself to feel angry or sad, your body ends up, the pain comes out in like bizarre ways in your body, like back pain. And he explained how this is all related to nerves, and so it typically stays in these areas of your back, like around here in the low back and the pelvis. So, anyways, but I it's so I'm getting this kind of perspective from the osteopath, and then from the physical therapist, I'm getting this do this thing, and I can definitely say it's aggravated, and it's just kind of frustrating because I don't know, it I have yet to find the person that is capable of fixing it. It's like all the imaging doesn't work. And when I read this guy Serrano's book, I can't say that I mean, he has a nice theory and it might work for a lot of people. Um, Yet there's something like I just kind of feel like he's too dogmatic towards his this view. He thinks he's like found the 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 holy grail or whatever, or he found like this he has like all the wisdom or something like that. And so, I think within the tradition of the scientific method, which kind of creates the phenomena of the medical industry in general, yeah, he's right. We are too much relying on the objective and the indisputable, and therefore the whole emotional, mental part of pain, it kind of gets limited to being understood only by what we can objectively prove. There has to be a cause, and that's objective. So it's hard to kind of like sift our way out of this and say, let's look at the mental component of the individual and see how that's related to pain. And I think one thing that's kind of challenging with me reading this book is I think the type of person he's describing, who is very capable of having these symptoms, is someone like me, someone who has had a lot of anxiety or does have a lot of anxiety or anger or what all these other kind of like mental factors. I think he's accurate, and so therefore, according to his research, I should have these kind of pains because I haven't. I guess because there's no. And I guess maybe this is where I think his argument really falls apart for me, because it's like, well, look, dude, we fucking live in the United States, and you have requirements to be a productive citizen. Like, I don't have. If you want medical insurance and you want to eat decently and you don't want to fucking live on the streets, you have to somewhat be reflectively loyal to this tradition that we call America, or the American dream. You got to go and work, and sometimes you got to do things that you don't want to do. If I sat around and did what I wanted to do all day, I have learned from experience that I don't make a fucking dollar. And I guess I could do what many people do, that they sit around all day and they break from tradition, and all of a sudden they make money. But I just don't see that as a productive way to be a part of society. For me personally, like, and so what I need to do to escape the things that cause me anxiety or emotion, whatever, all this negative emotion in general. It's not, I don't know, I mean, it's not something that we can just escape, or something that I can just escape. And so if that is a significant cause of all this back pain, which is very real. The pain that I feel in my back is so fucking real. Like, and it goes and it comes. And it seems to be directly related to when I exercise this area. I mean, it's like, if I go and run, I'm going to fuck it up. If I lift my leg, lying on my stomach, and lift my leg up, and maybe do something that's meant to strengthen the back, but I inherently strengthen this area of my pelvis, it's gonna fucking hurt. If I do this fucking thing 10 times leaning back every fucking hour, it fucking hurts it. So it's like there is some objective thing, and I can even say when I lift up my leg after doing this, the more I injure it, the more it fucking pops in there. And I don't know, that's pretty fucking objective to me. Um, and and so I don't know, it's kind of frustrated dealing with like all these ideas, all these multiple perspectives, and then you got the psychiatrist perspective. Um, and I'll try shit out, you know. I'll try I tried the Abilify. Fuck Abilify. I guess I'll try the what is it? What's the next thing? It's gonna be lithium. I'll try the fucking lithium, and we'll see how it goes. But the only thing, and I can even say clonazepam. It has its limitations. You can take it about once a week, and it'll give you a good buzz. Something like maybe if you drink a beer. But if I do it every day, the second time I do it, it fucking sucks. It's like being on Abilify. So, I mean, there's no easy way out of this. If the one of the main generators or causes is an emotional mental experience, or if it is some physical thing that happened. Um, and I feel like in general, the community of medical people that I have to deal with this so far, with the limited means that I have, financial means, at least I have fucking medical insurance, is very limited in helping me, and in getting media attention. But so that's my story, and I still have back pain, and I did what the therapist wanted for 2 days. I guess one frustrating point in this meeting I had with this therapist, she was like, well, if you don't do the activity, the workouts on a regular basis every day, you can't expect to have the results. I mean, you got to do your part. And I was like, listen, it's fucking doing these things that's fucking up my back. They give me exercises, I do them, and it creates more pain. Why the fuck would I keep on doing exercises you've given me that create more pain? Like I do your exercises a few times consistently, and all of a sudden I can't fucking sit down in a chair for very long. If I stop doing your fucking exercises, I can sit down after a few days and I let myself recover. So, I don't know, it's just like, I just feel like I wish it wasn't so hard, but it is hard, and this is the horizon and the tradition I have to deal with this fucking thing. And I apologize to the people who can't deal with the language, but fuck you, okay? Because obviously you have a fucking problem.